Of course I like that, yeah. I love competition, I love to fight, I love to, I guess have that motivation, day in and day out. So, I think it's really good. Playing in Europe is something I've always wanted to do, and I've been, I think in 2 points in my career I've considered, coming over and trying to look at options. If you want to play the best football in the world, you come to Europe, and I think there's a reason for that, and I think it's pretty well known. I guess from my perspective, I know, a number of players who have come, went to a certain club, performed, went again, and now they're at the top of the game. They're playing in Serie A, they're playing in the Premier League. From at least my perspective, Europe is, the top of the top.
In the MLS, you hold a record. Can you explain what is the record you're holding in the MLS?
Whenever I get out, it's kind of a made-up record, but it's the fastest to score 4 goals, which is random. But everything I touched was going in the net. So I think it was 4 goals in 80-something minutes. But it's a made-up record. But I'll take it if people want to make it up. I'll take it.
Transferring or switching from the MLS to the NordicBet Liga, the second best league in Denmark. Some might see that as a step down. Do you see it as well?
No, I think you have to look at it holistically and look at it from a lot of different things. I think one benefit that the MLS has is it can be very comfortable. I think there's a lot of security there, and for me, I wasn't satisfied coming off the bench some games. And so for me, looking at my career at 24, going somewhere that it's very real, where promotion and relegation and performance really matter. I guess you could say it's a step down, but for me, career-wise and personally, I see it as a challenge and see it as it's something that really excited me, and something that the competition, and to have the prospect of winning promotion and helping a club be back where it's supposed to be. I think for me, I think it's actually a huge step forward. The talent pool and the teams, I think every game is so competitive, and I think you see even now we're at the end of the year and 5 games left, I think, and a lot of the teams that we'll be playing are fighting for their lives essentially. So I think it's just a really unique league in the way it's set up, that every game matters. So you didn't always get that, I think, in North America, where as long as you're in the top 9 out of 15, you have a chance to make the playoffs, and then you make the playoffs, and it doesn't really matter until that point in the 32-game season. So here, I think every single game, every single match, it's so much more intense. I think you can see that in the physicality and how teams play. So for me, I think that's a big change, just how important every match is, and how important, for me, I think that was the biggest thing, realizing that, it's a lot more, I guess, real and intense.
Do you like that, or do you?
Of course I like that, yeah. I love competition, I love to fight, I love to, I guess have that motivation, day in and day out. So, I think it's really good.